Welcome back. I'm with 1970s Nicky, who's in the moustache, the backdrop. It's giving me a certain film genre vibes. But this is a family-friendly podcast, so I'm not going to name the genre. How's it going? You all right?
Not bad, mate. Yeah, start of November and 1 week in already. So the task is this way.
Yeah, let's talk about the November. We'll get the link up and we'll get it done. So there's loads of you.
Yes, I think there's about 28, 30 of us in a team that Tom has set up. So we're all part of the team and we're doing all different fundraising ideas through the month, as well as just obviously sending the usual link to the November page. But yeah, we'll have other stuff going on that people can just join in and anyone can do. We've got a park run coming up on the 16th in Porthcawl.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Doing stuff there and collecting money that day. You know, there's other things going on through the month. Tom's updating us as we go.
Happy days. Yeah. I wasn't going to do it. And then I got up and Amy was like, oh my God, Nicky looks so young without his moustache. You're not doing it, are you? So I just went to the barber's after work and then had a moustache shaved in.
She didn't. So she did.
You just got to catch me, though. That's the thing. I've got to see if I can maintain a better moustache than you can grow within the month.
I think I'll have it.
Yeah, no doubt. Mind yourself. My beard's growing.
Yeah.
Like it should match up, shouldn't it? I was like clean shaven more or less, but then it doesn't seem to be growing and it is. Oh, man. Yeah. Tom's coming down to the Racked Run tomorrow, so I said I'd have a chat with him about doing a November podcast as well. Yeah, it's been a busy week. We had 10,000 downloads. That's fucking real mad.
It was. This is just crazy. Every time you put one up in it, it's like, what's going on?
I remember, like, when we got to 1,000, I was like, oh my God, 1,000 downloads. And then we said, didn't we, 10,000 will be mad. So Twitter, by the time this comes out, it'll be our birthday on Saturday. That will be 12 months since our first post on Instagram.
Yeah.
We close to it in 1,500 Instagram followers as well. So if we could wrap it up nice, 1,500 Instagram followers, 10,000 downloads, 12 months. That's a good number to go to brands with and say, hey, give us some free stuff. We're growing really fast.
Yeah, no, that's jokes aside, that would be awesome. But yeah, to do that in a year, yeah, it's just, it's mad. It's, yeah.
It is mad. We're picking up like lots of followers the last kind of week or so that haven't got any like mutual followers or anything as well. So we must be doing something right, unless it's the cops undercover, like.
Oh, right. Yeah, unless it's the algorithm sending us to people, which always helps. But give us a listen as well as just follow. Listen to our show as well. Don't just follow us on Insta.
Yeah, they do. Fair play. I was looking like downloads in 49 different countries. I didn't know fucking Guam was a country.
It's crazy, that is. That's probably the biggest craziness of it. 49 different countries have downloaded us.
Who is bumping our podcast in Honduras? I need to know.
Who's listening to Who's thinking, fuck me, I know there's these two guys I've come across.
I know. They must be struggling with the accent. I got called out on Instagram on our Insta earlier for the way I pronounce daiquiri. Strawberry daiquiri.
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 It's daiquiri.
Yeah, but it's spelled daiquiri, innit?
Yeah, but the English language doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, but I think it sounds like daiquiri. If you think of an African footballer that was called daiquiri, it'd be daiquiri. You wouldn't say daiquiri, would you? Or like an Islander rugby player, it'd be daiquiri.
Maybe you're thinking too deep into it.
Yeah, I am. But it stays daiquiri. Another quick one on the subject of food. I just said before we jumped on air, Kelly Ruck just posted a photo of a cup of tea with crisps. What the fuck is all that about?
I hope she's not dipping them as well, because that would be that would be death. That would fucking hell.
I know.
Yeah, crisps, eating crisps and drinking a cup of tea. I thought that's wow.
You do what you want, Kel. You've had a good end for you.
That's a strange one.
But it's mad.
That is mad.
It'd be funny now if we just reached for a Monster Munch after having a sip of your tea.
No, I've got nothing with my... I literally just had a piece of dark chocolate, ate that before we started recording. Nothing else.
Beetroot juice as well. We spoke about this a while back, didn't we?
Yeah, when I went to Portchester, I started taking
And
it.
then Lily Partridge was drinking it before New York, and I was like, "What's going on here?" So she said she loves it, but a lot of people don't like it because problems.
I've never had any issues like that. The taste is one of the things I know people don't like it for. Like, it is an acquired taste, beetroot, anyway, to eat it, but then when you concentrate it into a juice and you're drinking like a couple of litres of it that last week, yeah. But the benefits of it, apparently, it helps boost your oxygen. It's something to do with that. And your recovery and your oxygen flow. So the week of a race, I've done it the last few marathons. Can't even remember where I seen it all. I seen someone doing it and thought, I'll try it, and I liked it. Didn't mind the taste of it, to be honest. I do like beetroot, and then the juice, I quite like the taste of it. I wouldn't drink it daily, but
No.
Yeah, so it's just one of them sort of habits I've got into now, like where you get into your carb load, I get into beetroot load as well the week of this.
Purple rocking up on the start
Well,
line.
yeah, you do worry on times, like when you do go to the toilet and it's like you're wiping your ass and it's red or purple. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
Bloody hell. All right, let's get on to racing then. You've been away, so you haven't been. I had a DNS for Richard Burton. Did not start. Was looking forward to it for months, and especially after having Sean on last. And then Friday when I got home from work, I just didn't eat all weekend. I had bad guts. I had the full intention of running as well. With my weird carb loading diet, I bought a pizza for the Saturday night. I had crumpets ready for breakfast for Sunday morning. Cooked the pizza. Had 2 bites of it because I still think I'll try and get over the line in the morning. And then I just had like a buzzing, sweaty sleep, and I woke up and I thought, like I said, if I was running whatever 40, 50-minute 5K, 10Ks, I'd probably have a pop at it. But there's no point in me just going out there now on an empty stomach, running an hour and a half, and then phoning in sick on Monday. I had to make a grown-up decision.
Yeah, making it worse by doing that. Yeah, there's no point when you're ill, now. Like, I've been a bit of a man flu the weekend, and I didn't run for 4 days. I couldn't. There's no point, even this close to marathon. It's not ideal, but you've got to think longer term, especially like I have to think that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was no point, like you said, you're not in. It wasn't a peak race, although it's a good race, great race, like you say, was looking forward to it. Sometimes you've got to make the bigger call, bigger picture and all that.
Exactly.
Even you probably haven't got a bigger picture for the rest of the year, but still.
No, biggest race of the year now is the 8K down Rack tomorrow night.
Aye. Which, yeah, that's another one to mention.
Yeah, everyone knows by now, and if you don't, we're down with call tomorrow.
Well, you are, I ain't now,
I
I'm still in 1970s Greenock.
Yeah. What do you do on the weekend? Do you work on the weekends too?
Yeah, I work still 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not so bad. Weekend, you can get out there earlier. The dock sort of empties by like 3, 4, so you can get away.
Yeah, Racked social, 8K out and back, down with cold. Weather's looking dry with low winds, happy days. It will be dark, also wear something bright, and then catch up in the high tide for a pint or a beetroot juice, and a curry or some cup of tea and some crisps, whatever it is your poison.
Whatever your bag is. Also, the socks are there tonight to give out to people that's ordered or want to get a pair.
Yes, thank you all very much again. The socks are flowing out, vests flew out again. I can categorically say no. That is the end of the vest order. If you've missed him, you don't actually give a fuck about us. You're just winding us up and leading us along, right?
Yeah, you've had 3 chances. We got fucked around.
Thank you so much.
Around.
We sold like triple figures of them, so appreciate you. Thank you very much. And again, down Richard Burton on the weekend, they were flying around the place as well. Freya Allen, Alison Allen matched it up with their socks as well, full kit wankers.
Yeah, lovely.
That was fun because when I was watching, Freya had Alison in the bag, and then I went over to the finish line, and Alison come past first, so she dropped Freya.
Pasty bet that she.
Best have, I don't know. But
Old Etsy, it was a crack.
some Dairy Griffiths is a freak. Like, I mean that in
Mad.
the nicest possible way.
He's just a machine on hills, like, and like what did he do? He went sub 30 again and won
Yeah.
by nearly 2 minutes. So he's run out. It basically is a time trial solo. Just mad.
Yeah. That's what. Who was I speaking to? Rodri Long. Right? I was speaking to Rodri Long after, and he said, "I don't understand how he can do it, not racing anyone. He's just out there running it on his own. If you're in a pack and you're beating him by a couple of meters, then fair, like, in there. But how are you doing that when you've nothing? What's keeping you going? Like,
he's basically just racing his watch, and he's probably got to halfway and thought, right, I can still go sub 30 again, yeah, and looking off he goes. Like,
class, man.
It is.
John Butler nearly fucking blew it as well. I messaged John Butler, how can you take the wrong turn? You've raced it for the last 4 years. How would you not know which bend to take? Luckily, he was out on his own on third as well then, so he didn't get caught. But did you see Butler's vest as well? The dog
what more about John? You looked like he was, his number was classy. Put in a group about a week ago. The dog had had it, didn't he, when he was in work. Brilliant. But yeah, what was he? He was like the man from Milk Tray, all in black, wasn't he? No swans.
He was, yeah. Stealth.
Stealth, yeah, trying to hide.
Good runs all round. Lovely to see people as well, obviously. It's a good chance to like see people from my stake as well. Kyle Horn ran a really good race, boy from my stake. Ryan Price, first E3 boy over the line, first pink vest over the line as well.
Yeah.
I thought I seen Matty a couple of times. I thought, what's the matter with him? Like, he's left it all out in Portugal, he's been space jammed. And then when he was finished, I seen he was with his own man, so he's pasting his own man around.
Yeah, he ran with his own man, didn't he? They done all right, though. They had a good time.
Yeah, they did. Richard Burton back next year with a vengeance, absolutely. The t-shirts were nice again this year. Richard Burton t-shirts are one if you want.
Seen a lot of them on Insta after on Sunday and Monday. Yeah, they did look nice. I've missed the last 2 years now. Got to fucking make sure I'm there next year.
Yeah, Jack Reddy ran well again. Business as usual for Jack. Fed up and mention him now. Big 2025 from you, please.
Oof, I think that's a definite.
What else have we got? Some majors have been going on. So, if we get on to marathon now, we've got New York. That was this weekend. Our friend Lily Partridge ran a beast of a race, didn't she?
Oh, what a run. I was following along on the app. So, on the app, I don't know if anyone else was following anyone. For the lead women's and the lead men's, you could click the button like of who he was tracking, and it was showing the race live on the app. So that was class. So I was in work with it propped up, watching the race, and like was updating back and forth when I was like, fuck me, they threw halfway and Lily's still in the lead pack. I was like, I know how hard it is, and I was like, this bridge at 16 now, this could split them, I thought. No, fucking they all still go in. Then it got to about mile, I think it was 20 or 30k, 20 miles or 30k. Like 10 went, like they dropped from about 15, 20 to 10. She was still in there, wasn't I? And we was like, fuck, good podium this now, because she was looking real strong. Fair play. And then they made a move about mile 21. She matched it. Then she said, and she was last 4 miles, just killed that. And they are savage. Like, I was messaging her before it, like, well, all the best of luck and that. And don't underestimate those bridges and the finish, Central Park, the last 5k, like, and she said it was fucking tough. Like, it's just soul destroying. You come out of the Bronx and you can just see First Avenue rising up. Like, it's different because they haven't got thousands in front of them. It's just them on the road. But yeah, that's like it's an hard marathon. It's the hardest of the majors that I've done. I've said it before. So fair play to her. She was in that top 10, and then, like I say, she had a struggle the last 4 miles and got caught by a few people who obviously finished up stronger, but still at 2:30, 15th overall. Put her nose amongst it, like she said, and she was right up there to well in the race, deep in the race.
Yeah, and we can't really do Lily's race justice, but we do over a podcast, and she is joining us for a second episode next week to deload New York Marathon and whatever she's been up to since we've seen her last as well. So looking forward to that.
Yes, that'll be good to get a rundown on all her thoughts of it. Casey
Neistat, what a run.
His splits were unbelievable.
But
like, unbelievable.
And he's going like on his, you can hang out in the Louvre, like.
It was
Is
just...
that how you say Louvre? Is that another pronunciation
No,
problem
I
we've
think,
got? Louvre.
Louvre. I think you're all right on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're spot on. Like, every mile, every 5K was exactly the same, except for the first 5K, which obviously got Verrazano, so it is a really hard start. And that was only a couple of seconds out. Every other 5K split was exactly the same. Like, all the way to the end. That's some run, like, to go sub 2:58. They've been trying to get sub 3 in New York for over 10 years and finally got it done with an unbelievable run.
But he is a Brooks wanker now.
Yeah,
He's running the Lycians as well. They're an everyday shoe as well, isn't he?
I doubt he raced in them.
Oh, is it?
He probably raced in the carbon ones. He wouldn't have raced in them. He's probably used them a lot to his training, but I bet he raced in carbons or a faster one.
Oh, okay, cool. And we can't speak about New York without addressing the fucking scandal that's going on.
Oh,
Matt Choi is being disqualified and banned from New York and NY Runners or
New
NY
York
Runners
Road
events,
Runners.
New York Road Runners events for life, because he hired a videographer team and 2 e-bikes to follow him around the race. That's about the gist of it, right?
Yeah, that's basically what happened. I think obviously they wouldn't have been able to get to the start, or they might have. They might have rode over the bridge the other way. I don't know. I haven't even seen his race footage. He probably hasn't even put it out yet, have he? I would have thought. Yes.
No, I've seen a lot of
basically...
I haven't. Does he do full YouTube as well?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I haven't. I don't follow him, or if he does,
His
I don't.
reels look like he didn't need to have the bikes. Like he could have had 2 videographers that are a bit faster than him to run next to him. Like,
Yeah, but they've obviously filmed the whole race, haven't they, by being on the bikes either side of him or in front of him, behind him. But yeah, bit of a, like, he's obviously come out and apologised since. Bit of a dick move. Like, at the end of the day, it's a race, it's a marathon, it's a major event. Like, you know the rules. There's 56,000 other people there you're interfering with. It's not like it's a training run or whatever, a smaller race. You know, I think he's realised now that he fucked up. Whether he's sincere, I don't know. It's hard to say, innit? You can only go off his word. But yeah, that was... but I've seen a couple of... I read some of the, like, you know, the... What do you call it? The thread after his apology, and I've seen a few people say, you know, you fucked my race up, or you've jogged for me and hurt my leg, and it's like, well, I don't know if that's true. Again, you can only take them people's words for it, but yeah,
like blocking water stations, spoiling PBs.
Yeah. Like I said, if you want to film yourself in the race and get footage, because, you know, he's an influencer that does running, isn't it? It's like you said, have people running alongside you for sections, like Kofuzi does, or use your own Insta fucking camera 360 and pull it out when you need to, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to get you good enough footage.
Just play fair, like, innit? That's, like I said, I don't know enough about it, but, like, it's only a couple of months ago where he was fucking back online apologising for running under someone's name. Like, it looks to me, and I don't know anything about it, I don't want to piss off either fucking gang, but it's like he does something wrong on purpose to apologise for it and then get these people going, oh, I'll follow him because he's like, look at him taking ownership, blah, blah, blah.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it was another marathon. That I'm a bit... I can see... I don't think, although it is technically wrong, every fucker have done that. I've done it. I give my number to people. It's like...
I give a number away on the weekend.
Like, this weekend, I can't make it. I'm handing it over to someone else. It's like, it happens. Like, it's like, I'm not going to... I don't want my fucking 30 quid to just go in the bin. Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit more lenient on that one with him. But again, you got back to that one and disqualified. It's like,
just keep
I'm a bit more lenient on that with giving someone else's race number. But again, it's written in every race rule. No one else can run under your name and you couldn't be disqualified. So that is the rule.
But e-bikes, come on. Like,
that's a bit much.
And we want to see the content because we love people like Aubrey, like Kofuzi, Alex, Tommy. But do it within the spirit of the fucking race as well. Don't forget.
Yeah.
You're there racing because people are racing without cameras. It's not the other way around. Like.
Yeah. And like I say, for some people, like, he's probably in a fortunate position where he can probably pay to get in, or he's given places to get in, or he gets sponsors to get in. There's some people that'll be their goal race for years. And like you could affect that outcome or in some way hinder their...
Imagine that's your last of the 6 and you go in for your sub 230, the sixth sub 3 or whatever, and then a fucking e-bike gets in your way.
Yeah, or it too. Or it's your leg and injures you. You know, it can happen easily. Yeah,
But
big
yeah,
move.
apparently he
Hopefully,
lost his deal with Runner as well.
you said that. You messaged me that yesterday. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, a couple of brands thinking it's gone too far.
Yeah. But I mean, even if all well and all ends okay, from now on, Matt, just put a fucking top on to run as well, like everyone else.
Oh, on about speaking with people with tops. Did you see the guy at the New York that actually pinned his number
Yeah, I've
to his
seen that
skin?
just now on Facebook.
Fuck me, what an idiot!
Oh, that is mad. Remember, you used to put
Must,
pins under your finger when you were in school, or wasn't it?
but like that must have hurt because when you were moving, that's pulling your skin. Like,
Yeah.
gotta
Right.
be. And not that it wouldn't have hurt just even pinning it. That must, yeah, fair play. That bag, wherever he was. I've only seen a picture on Insta.
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't the only ones as well. Also, we got to mention James T. also ran hell of a New York 238.
Yes, James. The full marathon, apparently. Who knew?
It's what?
The full marathon. Who knew?
Full marathon. From mile to marathon in 8 weeks. Yeah, and was going for, Butler said he was going for sub 240. And for a long while, he was running like 230, 232 pace. And then second half, it does get harder. And still with an unbelievably good 238. That was a great run.
Aubrey was out there as well, getting another major.
He looked like I was death on fucking 2 feet for him.
But he's lucky he got there. Oh, I was shocked, right?
That was mad.
Because you're a big man with a good job in the city, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows you need an Esther to go to America. Come on.
Yeah. I was mad, like running on the airport trying to sort.
But I did enjoy watching the footage of him, man. Is he going to get the Esther? Is he not going to get the Esther? Is he going to get a flight?
Yeah.
Oh, class.
But he got there and got it done.
Yeah. I think that's everyone from New York. There's going to be a 7th major now as well.
It is announced as we thought it would happen. I did say months ago when they made Sydney this year the Age World Championships race. I knew it would be the third, and it was his third year of being tested. So yeah, on the day of New York, I think after the race, when they announced then that Sydney is now the 7th major starting on the 31st of August next year. I don't know what the deal is with the 6 still. I did see something from Abbott that to get the 6, you can't, like me now, say I got in Sydney, I can't go, oh yeah, I've done 6. It's not. No. You've got to do the original 6 and they're doing something extra for Sydney. I don't know, they're obviously still trying to work that out, probably.
If your journey starts next year, maybe, then it's got to be the 7 then, I guess, is it? Or...
I'd imagine, so if you've gone none already, yeah, I would imagine it would be. Like for you, for instance, now, yeah, because the 7 is now a thing, it'll probably be... Well, it's making it... Although it is good that it's in a different part of the world. It's obviously harder now to... Well, for us, this side. Yeah, let them do it, but I'm sure we'll get it done.
Yeah. And before we get our guest on, my brother wants to know how it would feel for you to run a 2.5 hour half marathon. Do you think you could do it? Obviously, you could probably, but what's the difference? Like, if you had to pace my brother around for a half marathon, or my brother paced you around for a half marathon, how much of a struggle is that for you?
It'd be a struggle in the way of it would change my running form and my running gait. So I would imagine that's going to give me more of a chance to get injured. Because I've done it before where I've picked up niggles. When Leanne started and I was doing, no offence, but a lot slower, probably like 10, 11, 12-minute miles. And I was going out and I wasn't even doing that long. It's fine and I quite enjoyed it. You know, helping her along and talking her through it. So she's not trying to think about things. But like for half, yeah, I can imagine it may like lead to some sort of niggle or injury because my cadence is going to be a lot lower, my stride would be a lot lower, my gait would change, so my overall form would change, and then I would imagine that could be a risk of injury.
Yeah. Would you eat a bagel immediately before running as well? I
would definitely not eat a bagel, even if I had to do 2.5 hours, I would not eat a bagel like minutes before starting, and it's 100% never happening. I don't eat anything from 2 hours before.
Don't?
No. That's fucking gut scores, mate. I didn't. Yeah, it's not worth the risk.
Fucking beetroot juice.
beetroot juice is fine. Last 2 hours then it's just water, with like electrolytes or whatever in.
Yeah. All right. Right, cool. This week we are venturing to another running club and someone you've had a couple of battles with on castle legs, right?
Yes, the last 2 years we've ended up on the same legs. And in other races. Yeah.
Yeah, we have got Michael. Mike, I only know him as Darke, so...
No. Mike.
Anyway.
Michael's his name, Mike, I call him Mike Darke.
Let's get him in and we'll check how he wants to be addressed, is it? Here we go. Alright, boys and girls, this episode is supported by Racked. Are you looking to gear up your club with some custom high quality kit? Whether it's socks, t-shirts, vests, tri-suits or bike apparel, Racked has got you covered. With Racked you can create fully custom kit for your club, designed just the way you want them. The bespoke in-house design service allows you to bring your ideas to life. Whether you're a running club, a cycling club or a triathlon club. And it's not just about style either. Rack delivers high performance gear, perfect for all your training and racing needs. Ready to get started? Drop them an email on info@racked.online and kick off your custom design today. Welcome back. We've finally got Michael Darke with us after a couple of technical difficulties. And we're just going to call you Darke because that's what's been called. He didn't know his real name until he was 25. All right, Darke, thanks for joining us. You okay?
Thanks for having me, boys.
Pleasure, mate. It's been a while. I wanted to on.
I did get some photos of you on the weekend from Richard Burton, but they were really blurry, so I didn't upload them, sorry.
Yes, because I was running so slow the camera couldn't focus.
I was going to say it wasn't because it was going quick, was it?
No, it's like a soup sandwich rolling down the hill.
How was it?
I was struggling. Like everyone else.
You've done that in a marathon a week before, mind.
Yeah, not very well. Walked most of it.
Still in the legs.
Yeah.
Oh, happy days. We'll get back up to present day, but obviously, Darke, you probably know by now, we throw you right back to school. So you're a Valley's boy then, are you?
Yeah.
Are you from Cardiff? Where are you from?
Newbridge. So for the Parkland fans near Aberbeek.
I don't know where that is.
That'd be like the nearest one. Most people, couldn't point to a map, but Aberbeek Parkland would be like the area people should be looking at.
Oh, happy days. So what did you do in school? Sports in school? Mitchin in school?
So I was about the same size as I am now when I was 12. So that's what it feels like anyway. So started school, never really played sport in secondary school. Played 10 minutes of football in sort of primary school as a sub. That was crap. That was definitely like a participation medal. Like 10 minutes on the end, we're 7-0 down and we brought 10 subs on.
Yeah, right. Get them on.
Yeah. That's going to change. So played rugby for 2 years at sort of high school level. I was this size and then everyone got massive, didn't they? So I was playing as a prop and like, I'm not, because I was just one of the biggest lads in my class. So right then you're going to have to be a prop. I'm too delicate for that, boys.
Don't put me in there.
I was not built for that. And we're playing some of these schools. And there's people bigger than me playing centre at 11 years old. It's like this. I'm not into this, boys. This isn't for me. So didn't really play sport again at all, really, until taking up running in midlife, like basically everyone else we know. Save a handful of, special talents.
Yeah.
So when was middle life? Like, how long ago did you take up running?
So I was thinking about this. I started running. I did some running in 2014. Realised that I really wasn't that well. A bit unhealthy, like. I had a belter of a year. Didn't realise that you were supposed to sort of recover off races. Did like all the Run for Wales things or whatever they were then. It was back when Cardiff Bay was still a 5 miler.
Yeah.
So did that. Did Cardiff half. Thought that was pretty good. Tried to go running a couple of days later, and I was just minging, wasn't I? And I was like, I'm broken. And then didn't run again for 4 more years.
You sound like Gareth is now. That's
Yeah,
his
but I
choice.
know that that's meant to happen. I just accept it.
Yeah. So yeah, then it sort of got a bit bigger. Got the steps in work got a bit harder. And I was like, no, I've got to have another go at this. This is ridiculous. Like I changed jobs, and there was like a bit of a run club at work, so I just started going with that. And that would be like 2018, and here we are now. It's funny how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And now it's just the norm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm still waiting for my second click. The second part to go. I'll have a proper go at this because I'm just still stuck in Groundhog Day, winging it for a bit, having a breather. The Manchester Marathon is coming every day. It gets closer, and every day my shoes are still by the back door. So, I need to sort it out.
You do. Get ass in gear.
I know. And I'm still going, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll do sub 4. Don't worry. It's not going to be a problem. It's fucking going to be a problem, isn't it? But, so you stuck to it then.
Yeah.
What was your first race after that? Everyone's first race is Cardiff Half, innit? Even though at present time Cardiff Half can get fucked. Everyone started with Cardiff Half mainly, didn't they?
I did. What did I do first? I don't think it's still around. I did one of the St. David's Day ones first. I think that got binned off. I can't remember who's doing it.
There was a St. David's Day 10K, wasn't it? I think I done that.
Yeah.
Long way back. Again, I
started along the river path, which was way too narrow and completely messed up.
I remember doing that.
Yeah. I'm wondering now if it was one of those winter warmer types. So did that. Did Cardiff Bay when it I'm sure that was 5 miles originally. Probably did Cardiff 10K and then Cardiff Half. That would have been my debut year.
Yeah.
Exciting collection of races there.
It is. Well, but back then it wasn't like it is now either, was it? It was like they were the only ones you knew. That's the thing, isn't it? That's all you know about. And that's all you know about, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you see or hear about. There was no real socials back then, was it? It wasn't massive running clubs back then.
No.
That I knew about, anyway.
No. And I think saying about when it clicked, what clicked for me is when I had my second go, I did a race, and I was jumping ahead a bit now, but doing a race, and then I think I must have run somewhere, and then something pinged on Strava I'd done a segment, and it was the Penturk Hill race segment or something. I know all of a sudden you're tapping away, and you're what's this then? And you find out there's a race on the hill next to that. And it's you're oh, right, well, I'll go and do that then. And there's 70 people in the rain. And yeah, that was probably the hook for me.
Them sort of racing.
Yeah, because the segments on Strava are little private battles on their own anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never been too bothered about that, but around here, you sort of, it's an interesting sort of puzzle you sort of start seeing because, halfway between Cardiff and Ponty, living on the Taff Trail the last basically 10 years, you put a bit of a shift in, you might want to see how you did on a segment, and you can see someone with a GB vest has just been doing their easy run on it, and
easy run.
Your 400 metre rep gets you 271st running around Greg's up at Nangaru.
Yeah, fucking no chance.
Yeah.
When did you join Lebanon?
End of 2019, I think.
So quite sharpish.
Sorry?
Quite sharpish, really, then, from the second coming,
Yeah, I guess. So I was probably a year back in, close to a year back in, and racing.
Yeah. So it all rolls together then. It's right, I've got this buzz, and then I find the club, and then the buzz keeps developing as well. What was it like when you joined the club? Because you've been with them it was a CDF you joined, or was it a different club?
Yeah. So CDF's changed quite a lot in that time, but I don't know if you noticed that, but I don't mind. I do like having this chat. So all that running on my own wasn't boring. I enjoyed it. But anything, squeeze a chat in too if you can.
Yeah.
That was good, and it was a good opportunity. That opened a lot of doors for me. Like just meeting, because like you start doing the smaller races, then there's different bits and pieces. Like the wider puzzle sort of becomes sort of visible to you, doesn't it? So that was good. It was a funny time to join a running club though. So I think I joined August, or probably properly joined like running in colours for the new year, like 2020. And then we went straight into lockdown, didn't we? So I probably did like 4 or 5 races for the club, and then there's a year of back to running on your own again.
Yeah.
So like it was good. Like, but I think the way things played out, there was things that was working for me, and there's things that weren't. And having to go back to running on your own and being stuck in your own neighbourhoods at points, like, really changed my perspective and changed what I wanted to get out of it. And
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go through that.
And like I said, with running, we'd be doomed without running clubs, because no one is going to accept a DM off me to come on a podcast. But like I said, you guys get to know each other better, and everyone knows each other, and it's easiest for us to get guests because everyone knows Nick. Well, everyone knows Nicky, don't they?
Yeah, everyone knows Nicky.
But then I used to hate running with people. I would just want to go out with the biggest headphones I could find and listen to the loudest music I could find.
Mm.
But now, like, we are getting involved in like the social runs and stuff like that, and people, it sounds fucking like a dickhead, don't it? But people know who I am now, and they say I have conversations and enjoy people's company as well, where before I just wanted to fucking just be left alone. I'll go out and do it on my own. But last, like, winter grind, I ran with a 57-year-old woman called Helen, and we had a lovely chat about everything, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to bin the headphones yet, but it is nice. It's a nice social side of it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. That was a big thing for me, and not just like within the club, but when you start going to those smaller races, you start meeting people, because you're racing the same people week in, week out, aren't you? Like,
Yeah.
So that's good. That's how I got to know Nicky. And I'll talk to anyone. This is a drum I always bang with our guys. Like, some of our guys can be quite insular, and it's like, well, you see the same maybe 200 people.
Yeah.
At least every fortnight. Sit and have a drink. Like Auraria, like 2 weekends ago, was fantastic. Like, it's all the Cardiff clubs. Sorry, I mean Cardiff for South Wales. A lot of your boys. Apologies. Like, I do mean South Wales when I say Cardiff, but it's
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's all it's all the local clubs up in Llanberis.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, this club's there and this club's there. Like, everyone's having a drink together, everyone's having food together. It's like, it's a proper community. It's not Instagram community. It's like a proper community.
Proper community. It is good. Like, especially races like I haven't done Snowdon for ages, really. But they're great. And they, like, just looking at the whole weekend on people's socials, they look class. Like, they say the Parker and Bark lot, our lot. You're even a load of My Stay Club members. They always go up there. Your lot, everyone knows. Well, even if they don't know everyone, like you say, if everyone gets along, that's how you grow, innit? You grow yourself then.
Yeah.
Getting more comfortable, more confident with those people. And the usual thing with races is you end up around the same sort of pack of people, don't you, that run your pace. And then, well, like I say, that's how me and you got friendly from Ryder, wasn't it? And then you obviously always got a little battle amongst yourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Those Brit Back boys, mate. Bloody hell. They were on one at Snowdon. You should have them on.
Who?
The Print Bark boys, mate.
Yeah, I think Jake ran with a load of them, didn't he? Because he was taking it easy.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Is it true about the segment for him? I heard a rumour that he got the segment on 2 weekends ago on the downhill, and it was fast.
No, I don't know.
And it's fast, and he did it during the bloody race.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. Look, I'll have to ask him. I'll message him after this.
Don't fact check that. Let's just keep that as the story, innit? Don't spoil it.
Yeah,
that's why
we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it.
Yeah, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, is it?
Never.
All right, so we come out COVID, and you're back chilling. I see the photo. I was going through your Instagram the other day, and I just assumed you'd had long hair and a moustache in school, so it was mad to see you with like short hair. We'll get on to the air. But after COVID then, so you're training away in your block, out, and then you get back into racing with CDF.
Yeah.
Much stronger as well then when you first signed with CDF, I guess.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, like that sort of grey area at the start of COVID was a bit of a boom for me, to be honest. Like when no one really knew what they were doing, and it was like, right, you've got to get out every day and run. I was like, cool, right, I'm gonna get out and run for as long as I can every single day. And like I was at, I'm at the bottom of, I'm like north of Cardiff, so I've got like the Garth right there, like Craighill, Forest Fire, and it just meant right, like road running. The roads are empty.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
weather was banging.
Yeah, just trained hard, like not messing, like no racing, no interval sessions or anything like that. It was just go out and run for as much of the day as I could, like around work, and it just, that was massive for me. So I was a lot fitter coming out than when I went in. Also, a couple of months of not having a takeaway was a big deal as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. We couldn't fucking get anything, could we? Yeah. Couldn't eat shit.
Yeah, those first couple of months. Yeah, absolutely crazy. But yeah,
but you must
that
have
helped.
Sorry, no. You must have gone in. So you've just come out. 2018, you come into the second part of your running, obviously, and then you join a club. But you must have been like chomping at the bit. I can't believe I just said chomping at the bit. But you must have been coming out of COVID, ready to really take a chains off and dive into racing and being in the club and structured training as well.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. So there was a lot of stuff as soon as you came out. I think Rogue Runs put on a marathon because they announced, Wales and England announced when they were coming out of lockdown, like they had like a 3-week warning. And I think Rogue Runs, which is basically Chepstow Harriers, were like, right, well, we're going to have a marathon in 3 weeks. I was like, wicked. Like, if that's what's happening, I'm doing that then. Yeah. And then Welsh Athletics had like a 10K in the park. It was just like, there was a lot of stuff like shoehorned in just to give people, I guess, a chance to spin their wheels. And probably for some faster guys to maintain sort of eligibility for stuff, I guess. Like, and it's like, right, I'm just going to jump in everything. Like I know I'm a lot fitter. Let's just have a go and see where I am. So
we ran the Severn Bridge 10K, didn't we?
Yeah, that was like a, what do you call it? Like it was setting you off in pairs when they sort of thing, wasn't it, that one?
Yeah, out and back. But the gyms and stuff. Who was I talking to the other day? Must have been someone from Welsh Athletics that is a Welsh athlete as well. They must have been on a podcast because they said they had not secret gym sessions, but they had the Welsh athletes. Their gym were open and stuff, and they would have like allocated time. Who was it?
It was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Fucking, what do we have on? Can't remember. You got the list. You got the list. Yeah, they were allowed to train and things, weren't they? And they were allowed to.
It must be Clara. Clara, man.
Clara, of course it was.
We have so many Welsh athletes. So what happened after COVID then?
I thought we were going to get into some hot takes about some COVID conspiracies, but we're going to go straight back to, we're going to keep it calm for now, are we?
I know you've got hot takes on everything, so Darke, it's your show. We are just here to facilitate it. You do what you want.
After COVID, it was just like, right, well, I lost a ton of weight. I'm a lot fitter. Let's have a go. Let's see what's happening and just really push it. And going back to club training, like I'm not great at running hard on my own. So like having people to train with, like the demographic of the club slightly changed when we came back out. Like not through anything in particular, but it just seemed to be a little shift, I guess, like what people would, I think that was probably the start of the running boom, like the foothills of where we are now. So we started seeing more people come into the club, slightly different demographics, slightly like different ambitions. And I was like, right, I'm just going to run with this now. This is what I want. Let's go. Yeah. And like I've always had the sort of mindset that, like the sort of field of dreams mindset. It's like, I'll build it and they'll come. So, there's stuff happening. I wanted it to do some. It's just right, we're going to do, Castles is a really good example. We, going into COVID, we wouldn't have had 20 guys
Yeah.
that would have been able to do that. And like, I probably would have struggled to make some of the cut-offs myself. But it's like, a couple of years later, putting in a solid team. So it was like, look, right, that's the game plan, what we're going to do. And it's, different clubs have done different things like recruiting and whatnot. And ours has just been like, who have we got? Let's get everyone faster. So, including me. So, do more sessions. But
I'm fair play. The last 2 years, you lot have absolutely smashed it. Like, you've been right up there.
Thanks. I think we've done pretty well. I think,
very well.
Yeah, like really proud of how the club's performed, and the women's team really stepped up to the plate this year as well. That was really fantastic to see.
Cracking team.
Yeah. So, being able to do those things, I don't want to miss out on them. I don't want it to sound, so if I can help 90 other people get us all together and go and do that, that's what I'm going to do. So, a lot of racing, having that club structure to be able to push a little bit harder, try some different things, that was really good for me. Losing that weight helped. Losing a lot of weight really helped. Yeah,
always helps.
Yeah,
I got back down to a 25-minute 5K in COVID, I think.
It was a funny time.
Yeah, and then I fucking fell off a cliff again. My PB is like, if you looked at my chart, it's like 23-minute 5K, 26, 32 over the year, like best of the year. I'm the most inconsistent runner I've ever met. We need another fucking pandemic, and I promise I will commit.
You need a pandemic. You've signed up for a marathon now. That should be your pandemic.
Yeah, I know. So we'll start. I'm running tomorrow at Racked, and then I'll have to carry on through the weekend. And there we go. What are your hot takes?
Episode with my dad, just talking about how great running was in the pandemic. He had a great time. Just order new trail shoes all the time and just go off and do that.
Yeah. You do a bit of everything as well, Darke, don't you? Because, like I said, I seen you with a couple of hydration vests on your Instagram as well, which Darren Bishop says we can't wear for anything under a 10K.
I'm not going to contradict Darren.
Yeah, I'd agree, but like it depends where you are and what race you're doing.
There was a lot out on the field Sunday, wasn't
it? In Burton.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Yeah, I don't get that for something like that. There's water halfway. You're not in the fucking middle of nowhere and going to get lost. Do you know what I mean? So you need stuff. That's a weird one. I'm with him on that. Shouldn't be for a 10K road race.
I'm going to be soft on this one, lads. Sorry. And I'm going to get this off Darren on it, but it just doesn't matter.
No, it's a good point. If you want it or need it.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters, but we wouldn't have a podcast if we didn't pick fucking holes and stuff, would we?
Oh, we'll pick some holes, don't worry. But yeah, I just can't get motivated about that one. I mean, like...
What pisses you off about running then?
Oh, mate.
I know, let's get first. The big easy one is you message us not long after it. The finisher tees for Cardiff Half and finisher tees in general for smaller races, or just Cardiff Half?
I think it's worse for bigger races, generally.
Burton's was good, wasn't it?
The Richard Burton one's pretty standard, solid. Like, they're always like pretty robust tees. But like, I think Cardiff Half, stinking example for this. Absolute stinker. So over the years, this is just how penny pinching Run for Wales are. So they've gone and got, like, it was sponsored by Hoka for a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's been sponsored by Brooks. It must have been sponsored. Like, then you can see a few years back, they did I think it might be when it was the World Half. I forget what was.
Yeah.
And those, because you can see those are on proper Adidas tees, aren't they? They look like the Cardiff pins, Cardiff bin green, but they're on proper Adidas tees. And then you've got these like tees from like a few years ago, like the Hoka printed ones, and they're falling apart in the packets. Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Big race like that.
Yeah. Like if it's
big money to enter.
Manchester Marathon, the Adidas Manchester Marathon. Why are you getting a T-shirt on a all we do is like plain blank? I mean, like, come on,
Why
lads.
are they even put the name? What are they just lending them their names? Just fucking give us some kit, like.
If you're sponsoring the race, like, I don't feel like.
Yeah.
Surely they should be kicking in with the T's.
The finish line this year was fucking diabolical, wasn't it? This Cardiff half.
It's got too big, isn't it? Like, I don't begrudge races growing, but they're just not. It's not under control, is it? Like the start was a
They
mess.
haven't got they got a duty to care to finishers, haven't they? And I don't think they had a duty to care. There was like water and a fucking Mars bar. Where's my Trek bar? Where's my banana to replenish everything?
There was bananas.
There weren't.
They were. I'm sure they were.
Jack, you must have won then. There was one banana. You must have won the race because I didn't see empty boxes. I didn't see anything. And everyone on our story said there was no bananas.
So what happened to the start then? Obviously, I wasn't there. The start was a shambles as well, was it, Mike?
The start's never been great, has it? Like the way they've got the pens. It was never great when it was like 16,000 people, and now they've got 22,000. It's just a mess. It's just people pissing all over the castle.
That was it.
It was just
yeah, so much piss. It's just
there was a lot of people there. You shouldn't piss over the castle. But it is hard. You've got to get in your pens so early, and then you need a danger piss as well. The pens, maybe they should have more pens, smaller pens. They're easier to get in and out of. I don't know.
Yeah, like what they're doing isn't working. Like that green pens, what 1 hour 30 up to 2 hours something.
Yeah,
it's just so bad. And like that first mile, so packed.
Yeah, that's big, isn't it? That's yeah. Because it is hard, that first mile as well, Nick Cardiff, because it's not the widest, that first mile. To get around Ninian, like till you're out there, it's quite compact. Yeah, Cardiff half, you need to do some thinking for next year, because you sold out in minutes or hours.
Yeah. What else, Darke?
Here's one. Why do so many people in running hate running? Like you've got all you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this. Like what? You've got all these, and I think parkrun's doing a bit of this as well. Like everyone's signing up for races, but really, that's not okay, is it? You can't be racing. You can't be training hard to try and run faster. That's not good, is it? That's not okay. Like really, what we want to do is just maybe not train so hard, but just have a bit of a jolly.
Yeah.
All just run together and have a clap like at the end. Like,
and all of just smile and dance our way around.
Yeah.
Maybe the hydration packs are full of Pims. But people do, don't know, I hate running. Fucking don't then.
Yeah.
You've got that.
Races are for racing, and at the end of the day.
Well, you've got that two crowds. You've got the people who like just want to piss and moan that they're going running. It's like, well, actually, you can just not do that, can't you? Just bin it off. Like it's it's really easy to bin off. Shoes by the back door, leave them there. Then you've got like the people who the act of running's one thing, but really like the sport. It's like the sport's doing them wrong, and that's not okay, is it? So I mean, like there's. None of those people would exist without the sport. The sports enable them to get like their little fan bases and whatever. Come on, like you're signing up for a race. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to pay your money to be here.
It's a lot of money now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going fast. What about? We spoke about the Matt Choi incident before you came on. What about influencers, content creators, stuff like that?
Bloody hell, boys. We're doing like the Bible tonight, are we? We're doing all of it. We've got that much time.
We've had that much time.
He's a wally, isn't he? Let's be honest. Like,
That's what we were saying.
there's no.
I
It's a
said
race,
it's like
so he's getting support the whole way round. Like, that's not on.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. That's not fair, is it?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not like you're not going out for a run, you know, pacing, whatever, okay, fine. But having two people on bikes supporting him, that's dangerous for other people.
Yeah.
That's not great at all. I think
it's everything, isn't it? It's everything. Like I said, exact same agreed with him. It's like, it's a race. It's other people's there. Could be the biggest moment of their life race. And he could, because of having them two, could, as small as he might interfere with someone, is still interfering with someone. And, you know, he's obviously gone out and just thought of himself, and thought, let's worry about that at the end, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just about him.
Yes. 100%.
And I'll just film another apology and post another apology, and some people will call me out, and other people will say, "Oh, don't worry about it."
But it's still more views, isn't it? Like, he's in a position where he can't really lose.
Can't lose.
No, exactly.
When Gar messaged me about it, because I hadn't seen it, and I was like, oh, well, he won't care, because he'll have got him more views and more following anyway. Yeah. So he was no lose, wasn't it? All right, his time's been scrubbed or whatever, but he knows he still run that 2:57 or whatever it was. Won't really care.
No, exactly. And there's a space for content creation. I was talking to Adam Bull about it, and I said, I think there's a difference between influencers and content creators. He disagreed that it's just a little slider and some are better than others are there. But there's room for good editing and good videos and shining a light on running on Instagram. But you know, like when it's just a reel of them running and then the time popping up. And I've done it before when I was fucking about with it before, and you'd just be running and then you'd pop up your splits and suddenly it's fucking content. But I think there's a difference between people are making it. There's good videography, there's good storyboarding going on with a lot of people. But then there's other people that are just slapping a reel together and calling themselves a good runner. I think that's fair.
I think the issue really is it's a grift for a lot of people, isn't it? It's like, and it doesn't matter whether they're a good runner or not. It's like they're taking that, and it's like, well, what can I leverage out of this? It's not what can I give back.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember what Buddy said exactly, but I don't entirely agree with that. If you look at like the films, so like Jeff Peltier or Billy Yang are making about like ultra marathons and stuff, those are like spectacular documentary films, and they're like they're content creators, aren't they? But they're not. Yeah. They're not doing a reel of look at this fucking silly bullshit I just got sent. It's amazing. Yeah. That's how I ran like my half marathon PB.
Yeah, well, I love that. Greens.
Is it fuck? Like,
yeah, that's a good point, guys. Mike, actually, yeah.
You know, like those people are just at it, and it's like just. And
I know.
I think some pretty popular ones that come across pretty disingenuous. You know, got some like, and they're, you know, talented runners, and they've committed to the bit to be able to, you know, support themselves doing that. I mean, at the same time, like, do you really believe what you're telling me? It's like you can hear them when like they're reviewing shoes, and they're like putting themselves in loops to be like, oh yeah, well, I would wear this for my 15-minute recovery run after my run when I've had to realise I haven't got any milk and I've had to go to the shop. It's like, you just don't want to say you don't want to say it's a shit shoe.
Yeah.
Like, and because they won't send you another pair. Like that's
fair, yeah. So that's the problem, isn't it? They get stuck in that cycle then of I'm enjoying this free kit, these £300 shoes, or they might be getting the better end of that shoe as well, which is 300 quid. So they don't want to piss them off by saying they're 50 quid shoe shit, so they're stuck, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know.
And they, like you said, they will, whatever they get given, you give them a bag of shit and they go, this is the best bag of shit I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like Mark Barrow, I put up a reel the other day, and I said, oh, the new chorus is lovely. If chorus want to send us a new one. And half joking, half not joking chorus, all right? But Mark Barrow messaged me. He's like, "Oh, you fucking sellouts." I said, "But if I was a sellout, I would have tagged Garmin in it as well. I don't want a Garmin. I just want a new chorus."
Yeah. Look,
Oh, happy
come
days.
on.
What's next? What's next for next year, then, Dark? What's up? Oh, you got your Boston ticket. Where have you gone?
He's just gone. Up his bags.
No. Hang on. I got world's oldest iPhone, so I've got to charge it up.
You've got to charge. Yeah, because this does drain the battery.
Yeah.
It does.
Hang on. So what's happening? Race in London. So
What, you got a place already, have you?
I got a ballot place, yeah.
Confirmed.
I would have just been about inside the good for age, but why risk it?
Yeah, no. They do say to that, don't they?
Especially with all these fucking good for ages now.
It got chopped last year a bit, didn't it? Good for age. I know that by a few minutes. So yeah, you don't want to risk it. You haven't done
What's
London,
up for e-bikes?
No.
You won't fit an e-bike on London. It was fucking chaos last year. It was fucking chaos. That's the busiest I've ever. Obviously, it was the biggest it's ever been, but it was fucking chaos. Even like I run with Alid, it was from our club at 3 hours, and it was still like, I'd say the mile 22, it was chocker. You could move, like, don't get me wrong, we could run at our pace, but it was like busy.
So yeah, that's the big one for the start of the year. Really, just looking forward to getting really fit and doing.
Yeah.
This year I took it a bit too seriously. I think trying to not make any mistakes and didn't have the best spring. Missed out, like you were saying. I love doing all the races, like all the felt races and that. Got 2K up and down a hill. Love it. Like on a Saturday afternoon, I skipped all of that trying to be serious, and in the end, I was just knackered from, marathon pace miles, and the race didn't go the way I wanted it to either. So it's like, right, well, we're not doing that again. Have a bit more of a laugh, a bit more sort of mental resilience over the course of the next couple of months, and just have some fun with it. So
yeah,
going
back to Ryder, you going, Nicky?
What date is it? I don't know. Yeah, I've been sold out, but I'm not doing it then. Every race is sold out. What the fuck's going on? Like, it's crazy.
We can do that one if you want.
There's no cost of living crisis. It's a lie. There is no cost of living crisis. Everything is selling out immediately. Do you see the Beckham Predators sold out today immediately?
Yeah, but I'm not surprised with that. But like races selling out, it's just gone crazy how quick things are selling out.
I know. How many is in CDFM, mate?
So I think we just hit 160 affiliated members.
Clubs are getting bigger as well, CNA.
Yeah,
they are. Even though there's more profit,
like it doesn't strictly make sense, does it? Like the options are pretty wild now in Cardiff. You could run with someone any night of the week, maybe more than one.
Yeah. Well, that's
you have good turnouts on training as well, don't you? Like I see your Insta posts, like it's fucking huge turnouts.
Yeah, I think that's what's good for us. I almost said like USP, and then I was gonna have to shoot myself. But but I think like that's like part of what we've got going for us. I think like a lot of people turn out, and that not everyone's the same ability, but because you've got so many people there, and like just the dynamic, I think it helps everyone along. I think sort of starting and finishing together, the way we have the sessions structured, I think really helps like bring people together, and I think that's like a huge plus for us, and that's like really helped the growth and retention of people. So yeah, it's good.
I'm surprised at that because I always see every race I see a lot of CDF vests or tops. So I thought there'd be more than 140 because maybe it's more prominent because of the black and the white. But I always feel like I see a lot of CDF tops in races.
I think we have good race turnouts these days. I think 150 people is a lot of members. I think.
Yeah, it is right.
I think where we sit, you've got like the really big clubs, and then there's quite a gap between like ourselves and like the next sort of tier. But
you're like the Arsenal.
I don't know what that means.
Don't worry.
I haven't got a clue.
I forgot you were shit at football.
Yeah, I haven't got.
Participation only.
Yeah, like we get good turnouts at races, especially like some of the more, let's say, like the classic stuff. Like obviously, like the Cardiff Bays and whatnot, people will turn out. The Cardiff Half, but stuff like Richard Burton means a lot to the club. So like we had a lot of people there on the weekend, probably close to 30. I think Areri caught a lot of people's attention this year. We had like 20 some people there. I think there's a sort of feeling of, now that people have seen you can do it, like the racing, all sorts of stuff has started to catch on as well. And especially in the summer, like the club shows out. So like the Islin races up the valleys are really popular with our guys, like Scenic 7, Murder Mile, and those will send a lot of people to those, midweek in the summer. Love it.
All the mad ones.
Bit of off distance, you're not worrying about pace, and it's like just more racing. I think that appeals to people. So
it is good. Yeah, good mix.
Yeah, enjoy it, and I think it benefits everyone as well. It helps, like, I don't know anyone do it. Like, I don't feel like we're like a high performing club necessarily, but like that helps bring our average up, which is like like how like the performance like is that depth rather than like a high ceiling.
Absolutely. And what's after London? And have we booked it? The thing is, you've got to get everything booked for next year now because everything is selling out, like, isn't it?
I don't want to do another. I was just conscious that I didn't want to do another road marathon next year. Not like a full road marathon. I'm going to try and get into Areri again because I just love that. And you don't have to spend weeks just doing marathon pace loops of the park. Just do some long runs and have a good time with it.
It is. That is. Yeah, that's a bit different there. Like people will ask me about it, and people who are going and doing it the first time this year. I'm like, you don't even need to really think about pace, even during the race. It's just running at effort when you're going up, when you're going down.
Yeah.
And then just try if you can get up and over that last one. That's just basically what it's about, isn't it? Like, it's just a stunning part of the world.
Yeah. So I had, I had Boston in the spring.
Yeah.
There, I've said it. I'm trying to avoid the fucking t-shirt on. What a twat. But I had Boston, and then I got a Berlin place, and it was just like, you do the one, you try and be sharp over the summer for a bit of racing, the Catholics, and then straight back into it, and I just broke.
It's hard, isn't it?
I've been really lucky with injuries till this year, but summer was rough. So just don't want to do that again. Put an ultra, like I'm thinking, get like a nice big ultra on the calendar, do something a bit different, and then go again in 26.
Yeah, happy days.
Try and get some of those stars like Nicky.
7 now.
London. You got London, so you got on Boston. How did you find it? Obviously, a lot of people know I fucking absolutely loved the place.
I was absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. I had the absolute best time. I had the baby with me. She had a great time. Like, she just talks about it all the time. Absolutely loved the race and everything about the race. It was just hot and just
I remember watching it. Like, I was thinking, you poor bastards. Like, cause the year before I had it, like, it wasn't cold, but it pissed down. But I'd rather 100 times or 100 than hot. Like,
yeah, and I was in good shape, I think. And I got to about mile 16 and I was done. Like, going uphill.
Fucking hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the down, innit? You don't realise how much you punish yourself with all that down to start.
Yeah.
I think that's what fucking caught me out, because I was like, by mile 10, I was like, I'm fucked. My quads were already hurting. Like, it's like, shit, I still got 16 to go.
Yeah, it was going up the first of the Heartbreak Hills, like the first of the 3 at the Newton Hills, and it was like, I should be going fast at this. I should be like, this is fine. Like, I live in the valleys. Like, this is nothing.
This is not a big hill.
And I couldn't get going. Went up the top, straight back to marathon pace as soon as it flattened out. Next day, I was like, no, couldn't do it. Just calves just thrashed from maybe being a bit ambitious through halfway.
I still got an under 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ, only just.
Only just as good enough as Garth, as I like to remind Garth, 1 second, 1 second.
Oh,
He was
my
It is.
last 400 was bonkers. I didn't think
And
I'd
that
done.
goes on forever, doesn't it? That last turn fucking seems forever.
Yeah, I made that. I thought I was on for 301, and I was just going to laugh about it. And I made the turn, and I could see it, and I was like, oh, "I've got to go." Shit, I felt like I was so dehydrated. I felt like my skin was tearing. It was horrible. I was just like running down the street, like looking at the seconds on my watch, being like, if this goes over 3, I'm stopping. I don't care where. If it goes over 3, I'm just going to walk it in.
Oh,
I don't know if I wanted to go faster or I wanted the time to go faster. It was just hurting so bad.
Brilliant. At least you enjoyed.
Oh, mate, it's so good. It's so good.
It is.
Yeah. If the baby wakes up, I'll bring her down. She can tell you all about the things she did in Boston. She had such, mate, I just absolutely love it. Like having her, like she met me after the race, and we're on Newbury Street, like outside the Tracksmith shop, and she was probably, how old had she been? She wouldn't have even been 3 at that point, and she's just standing in the middle of the road with a Starbucks latte that she's had off someone, the size of her, and she's just like giving it all that to everyone, and just been like, "Good job, like wearing my medal," like because she's she's always come to all the races with me and everything. Yeah. It wasn't like, "Oh yeah, I'm at Boston." She's just like stood, just absolutely love it. Crying out thinking about it.
Yeah, it is an unbelievable place. Yeah. That's the old. I was the same. I just fell in love with the place. Like the old city, the old weekend. It was just unreal.
The American ones, I want to do New York, but then it's back to Boston.
Yeah, like Chicago's great as well. Chicago's good for going quick and a good city. Like New York's mental. Just like the crowds are mental. Just on it, it's mad.
There's something about I don't want to like do Chicago dirty. It's just there's no real pull for me. I'm not interested in getting all 6 necessarily. Like I would like to run fast at some point.
Good for it.
Yeah, it's nice to run fast. But get New York and then Boston, back to Boston. I think for me, if I can.
Nice.
That's a nice place to wrap it up because we are late tonight and I need to edit this all out. But before we do it, we won't take a quick break. But Nick, have you got this or that ready this week?
I have, mate. I have. All right, Darke, you ready, boy?
Yeah, always.
You are always ready, born ready. Trail or road?
I got to have both.
Yeah, of course.
Both. If you haven't got both, you're losing the plot.
Fair enough. Short or half tights?
Half tights.
Good man. Group workout or a long run?
Group workout.
Eryri or Boston?
Boston.
Yeah, good man. And last off for this week on this or that, Castles next year, 1 all. Are we doing leg 3 or leg 7?
Oh, I've got to do leg 2.
Why?
Well, I don't score high enough on our pack to get a mountain leg anymore.
The new?
No.
Nice
I want to try and do those 6 mountain stages while I can. So I think
I'd love to do that
if we get it.
We put our trade secrets here. We put our best guys on the mountain stages, and I'm not going to be in the top 6 this year. To mean that we've got some absolute killers at the moment.
Oh.
And I spend the whole weekend chatting. Like this year, doing 11 was ridiculous.
I know, it was hard, wasn't it? How hard was that?
Yeah, like I spent all Saturday running around chatting to people, and it's like, I'm knackered now, boys.
Same, I was driving all day, running around everywhere. Fucking hard work.
Yeah, I shouldn't have slept in my car either. That was.
Well, yeah, that didn't help. When you told me that in the morning, I was like, "Fucking hell, you fucking
hanging." Absolutely hanging. Yeah, so let's do 2. Nice roller. I think that'd be a good one for me and you.
But I'll end up on the mountain stage, probably.
Get some faster boys in Ocknell.
Well, fucking trying. We got Alec Jenks and Jake, but it's trying to get a pair of them there. Although Jenks drove us this year. Bennett, hopefully. I got to find another 3. I need to get Steve and Kyle along. That's what I need to get as well. The Iron Man boys, because they're quicker than me.
Let's do let's roller 2, and then we can just spend all weekend chatting to people.
Yes, we can. All right, we'll see what we can do.
Really. bit of a run out and a nice weekend chatting.
Yeah, chill the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Right then, question and answer. A lot of these revolve around your locks, but how many meters of elevation per kilometre does a run need to be considered lumps?
Oh, that's tricky. You want to get like 20 meters per kilometer at least.
That's
Yeah.
lumps.
That's like a nice roller for a Friday afternoon.
All right. If you didn't run for CDF, who would you run for?
Well, I'm a 40-year-old dad, aren't I? So I'd probably go to Liz Werry. They've got a lot of quick 40-year-old dads.
Yeah, they got some quick boys.
Yeah.
Right, two about your hair. How do you get your hair to be so flowing? This is a danger with the Q&As we put out.
Yes, only the finest shampoo products. So I was using 2-in-1, but Nivea have got this new, it's called Pure Carbon 5-in-1.
Pure carbon.
It's called Pure Carbon. It's grey.
Carbon on the
It's working
bottom,
a
carbon
treat.
on the top.
Yeah.
Can't lose.
Pure Carbon. That's the sponsorship people should be going for. Never mind, like these CBD roll-ons, Nivea Pure Carbon sponsorship.
Yeah.
No. For the entire episode, since we booked you in, I thought this episode is going to be called The Dark Lord, without a doubt. But it's obviously being called Pure Carbon now.
Pure Carbon.
Everyone think, oh yeah, it's going to be about shoes. It's going to be loads of stuff about carbon shoes.
No.
You'll have to wait right till the very end to find out it's about shampoo.
Yeah.
What's that? And body wash, and you can wash your beard with it. It says on the packet.
Right. A genuine question from a lady. I think it's a genuine question. How do you run with your hair down and not get it in a big tangled mess?
I don't. Like, it gets in a big tangled mess. You've got to have it, like, I've got quite thick hair, more trade secret, so I just can't tie it up. It's a pain in the ass. And if you have it tied up and it sort of goes, like, fucky, you've just got a dreadlock then, and you look like Levi Roots. And you can't be doing that. So, yeah, having it down means it gets less knotted, in my experience.
Right, Dark. What song you adding to the playlist?
Lamb by Onyx.
OMYX.
ONYX, yeah.
Right, cool. Who would play Michael Darke in a movie of his life?
That's a tricky one. Now.
Yeah.
Right, because we start getting into like sort of gingerism here, yeah? Because you have to pick a ginger guy. And part
Damian
of the
Lewis is
group,
gone
like,
now. We've had Damian Lewis with a previous ginger.
He's much better looking than I am. Like, that would be
You
like
can
a
pick anyone.
diet.
They could be CGI. They can dye you. Anyone. Do you know who would be good?
Go on.
I can't remember his name. Ben something. Ben Foster. Have you seen Alpha Dog?
No.
Not as long as it's not Ben
Foster.
Kingsley.
No, Ben Foster, I think his name is. He's ginger and he's a great actor.
Right, let's have him.
And if you haven't seen Alpha Dog, you need to watch it.
Okay.
I've not seen Alpha Dog either.
Justin Timberlake is in it.
Is he? You love him, don't you?
No. Alpha Dog cast. Ben Foster. He's in loads of good films. It's not Ben Foster. That's what...
That would help for the right name, like.
It is Ben Foster. He's in 310 Yuma, The Mechanic, Lone Survivor.
I've seen Lone Survivor.
I've seen all of them.
He's the ginger guy in it all the time.
Can't remember a ginger guy in Lone Survivor.
Boys, check him out. He's a fantastic actor.
Let's have
Anyway,
him. He'll do it. He'll do it.
He's the man.
good,
man.
Darke. Thank you ever so much for your time.
No problem, boys.
We
Really
will.
appreciate having me on in amongst all the proper runners you have.
Hey, you're as proper as anyone.
How do you think I feel every week?
Yeah, but that's your own doing, Gar. This is your own doing.
We'll be fine. It's a good laugh. Right. I need to go and get my running kit sorted for tomorrow because I'm going running after work, straight after work. Thank you very much, Darke. Nick, do you want to wrap it up?
No problem.
Mike, thanks, man. I have to catch up with you soon at a race or somewhere. And everyone else, cheers for listening yet again. And we will see you on a start line somewhere soon.
Bye-bye.
No start.